Hey, what's happening? So how would the game end? How is this game going to end? Like, what will happen? Okay. Now, this is what it is. This is the way I see it. Now, I'm going to spread it out a little bit. Okay. I'm going to spread it out like this. We have God, and we have the Son of God. Okay. Now we have the banker. Okay. Now, what it means, the banker. Okay. It doesn't mean the guy with all the money. It doesn't mean that. It means the one who's pulling all the strings. Because when you play guitar, when you play piano, whatever you do, there's always somebody who's knocking on those strings. The music is going out to the people. Everybody's receiving information through the song. Okay? So the banker, okay, is part of God's setup here. Let me get a cigarette for a second. Okay? I have a cigarette, but that one's out. Okay, so what happens is when God sets up business, okay, and he finishes creating, what do you think he does? He needs accountants and secretaries and all kinds of stuff. But all these people are angels, and they get to live their life on the earth. And they're constantly renewing, and they've been living on the earth ever since the beginning of time. And these people, okay, they control everything in this world. They make sure the balance is always here. So they are actually in the group of the bankers, okay. And these bankers saw, as angels, saw everything was out of control. And they were spacemen, and they like to be spaced out. They don't want to be the harmony of the money, so they let the money go. When you let the money go, it goes into this world, which is a caution world. They're always raising the yellow flag, okay, for something. In the money world, the money is green, but that world keeps it as the money is a spirit, okay, a green spirit that becomes red and talks. So green and red mean go stop, go stop. So when you have money, you go stop, you go stop, you go stop, you go stop. But in the yellow world, okay, the money is green, and the people are yellow. Yellow and green, okay, is a nice mix. It makes like a lime and a lemon. The metal materials in our world that we laughed about, lemon and lime, are the two powers that will end this world. Now what happens is, why does God have to choose a Messiah? Because God was a Messiah in his own time. And he won the rights to have the medallion, to have his own creation. And he grew, and he had many worlds. And he was the biggest God, okay, in the Urantia kingdom. In fact, he came so big, he and Urantia became problems. Big problems. So they made a deal. You keep hell, we'll keep heaven, and we'll keep it like that. For all the dead ants that don't have anything else to do, come down, pick them up, and take them back. I don't need them anymore. When they're burnt out, right? When an ant is burnt out, I mean, check an ant, it's black and then it's not. So they have to have a Messiah, because he creates a world. It has to be a perfect world. So a perfect world would be somebody who would have to come up to save the world from the red, because the world is in the red. And the green, well, it's in the red one's pocket, and red can't hold green. If red holds green, it stops. So that means whoever is holding the green, he's making everything stop and go. So what happens now is, every world needs everybody. You know, you go to a sports and you get the adrenaline, and wherever you go, you get the adrenaline. So the creator's up there and he's going, oh yeah, who's going to make it? Who's going to make it? You know, you love the music, you feel the vibrations. That's what our body wants. We need the action. We need the adrenaline. It lifts. There's a lift in it. We need all these things. So he picks a Messiah, but when does he pick him? Well, first of all, it's a period of time, and the Mayans have already told us, in the year 2012. And because Lenin has passed, so let me see if I can find this. The banker broke the bank, cannot save the world, as he is green-red. Green go, that's why the green-red story is go and stop. Man is a yellow caution, thus caution is a flag, is the flag out. Messiah wins trophy. When the Messiah wins trophy, God wins 7 billion people in his kingdom. That's why he picks a Messiah. Somebody has to open the door to greet us in. And not only that, there's a dreidel. Okay, how can I say it? A dreidel. Lenin, Dre, Len. I came up with something that was, you know, Lenin, I mean, I see something else in it. Lenin was is definitely was here for the vibrations. And like I mentioned in one of my earlier videos, there was no interference now with Mercury and Venus, and it's direct. You know, we have direct contact with Mercury and Venus constantly. When those two planets move to the other side and Lenin comes in, okay, whatever Venus sends into Mars, because it was on the other side, Mars takes over because he's the creator. He cannot act from the one position, but he is in Mercury, okay? Because we're on Earth, we're the actors, he has to go back to his one position. And what happened when Lenin passed by, and I came up with a number. How many miles were they away from us? Because the Mayan calendar says 256,000 miles. The Mayan count is 25,625. But we have to add 3 zeros. Because when you look at the clock, when it's the last 100th of a second, you add the 3 zeros. Well, those are for the 3 eggs of who you are in this world. Part man, part angel, part spirit. That is your Trinity. Oh, and part God, your own body. So, why did I say that? So, a Lenin passes by, and yes, I was telling you about the 3 zeros. So you take those 3 zeros, okay, instead of 25,000, okay, we're going to use only one of the zeros because all the zeros go on top of each other in this situation. We're not multiplying anything. I'm just going to add a 0. So it's 25,000, it's 256,025. Well, whatever that is, 256,000. Okay, that's how far they were away. And that's the exact number on the Mayan calendar that says the world ends in 25,625. And the distance of a Lenin was that distance. Is that a little bizarre? Because that you listen, you got to read what everybody says. They're all going to tell you something a little different, okay? But mine is no further away than anybody else's. I just added in. Lenin was a passage, and it opens the door to the last 3 years. Well, I'm just telling you about the story. Listen, the Mayan, they told the whole story. I just looked into it and put everything together, adding all the elements of life. You know, if you're going to put something together, if you're going to cook, you want to add something to get a little taste. You know, you change the taste by adding different things, and then you can no longer change the taste. So I get to the line where it says, wow, I can no longer change the taste. That means something smells different. Obviously, if I want to change this taste, I'm not smelling what I like, or I'm not tasting what I like. So something's wrong. So Lenin came in, okay, and the moon was bright on the 11/10/11. And go look at some of the pictures. It was just amazing. Anyways, what else do I have here? I have glorified the $5 bill. What I have done to the $5 bill is put tape around the corners. On this corner, I put it on an angle. On this corner, I put it on an angle, and I cover the whole corner. On this corner, which is the corner of creation, okay, let me see, where is it? This is the corner of creation. Well, can you see the little corner bent? I bent the corner because in the blue world, we're going to make creation. We surrounded it by the green. The green and blue are nice. Now you start off blue and you put caution all the way to the top, telling it there's an energy of orange that can make people happy. The caution is to be careful because it's in the blue world and it's the spirit of the blue world. And this is Mr. Laurier. He is the spirit of the blue world, and he's wearing a cut top on one side, which represents excellency. And his nose, his lines is just fantastic. So I just, you know what, everybody hangs up something, so I hung something up. The other thing is, Urantia, if you want to see. You see this? This is part of what the Russians have on their flag. This is a half moon with a dot. They call it a calf. It's the connection to the yellow energy and the communication. Okay? The yellow energy, at one point, I gotta hold on a second. Hold on a second. Yellow energy. Oh my God. What is the yellow energy? Well, in one of them, okay, what do you call that again? Penicillin. You can say ten, you can say pen, you can say Celia, you can say ciel, you can say sky, you can say piss with yellow. Yellow energy is, when you go to the bathroom, you know your energy is by the color of your pee-pee. Okay? And that means a transfer of communications, and you're exalting it from your body because your body used it to communicate to keep you consistently living, because your body talks. Okay? And so that yellow energy might mean the yellow energy we need to connect with the you world, if you follow me. So that yellow energy is communications. So this is all about communications, and now it's Morse code, the CB codes, which are all by tens. I got to write that down. CB codes, 10 to 1, 10, 100, 200, 1, 10 to 200. Yes, the total of the CB codes, believe it or not, it ends at 200. 10, 200. What is your 10, 200? What's a 10, 200? Let me tell you what 10, 200 is. It means go on Monopoly, because you get paid on Monopoly. When you land on go, you get 200 to go. That means you get you and your angel, and you go into life. So the CB codes and pencils. A pen is another way of communication. You're writing. Every scratch you make, you're moving the air. Every time I move this hand, I have moved the air around. If I move the air, space, okay? Space is, now you have the question is, who owns space? Well, space is owned by the system, okay? But no one owns space, okay? Because no one wants to own an empty bubble or an empty head. And that's why space is so dangerous, because space can create walls with the elements and the wind, so whatever they can make, we can make, but it's a non-thinking item. It just goes as it does. So space is a count of creation, and what God does is every time he makes a line, he tries to make sure he can close the space. You know when you play dot to dot in all these games, or Tetris, and you mess up and you lose all the space, or you lose space and time. So we're here for a short period of time just to gain a lot more space in the world of Urantia. Have a nice afternoon, my friends. We are friends. Are we not friends? Do you know what the word friend means? Look it up in the dictionary. Okay, and read all of them. Read whatever it says about a friend. Okay, and then try to figure out what's not a friend. And then in between all that, well, you'll actually figure out the answer that's not in the dictionary, because you'll make it up yourself. And you'll be an I in your own creation, sitting down with a piece of paper with nobody around, and your black gold in your hand. The freedom of the mind. Be well. 7286. Reading the myth of Zazaret. The king is looking for a Messiah. Where will he find one? My book must end. My book must end. After 9 years from the beginning, I will not go to year 10. That's a whole new level in thinking, and I'm not ready for it. So May 5th, 2005 to May 5th, 2014 would be 9 years. May 5th, 2014, February 14th, 2014. What day is it now? 14, May, October 4, 2014. Then we have 2015, 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021 in creation, and 2022 are the new angels. I think it means when they say the new angels by 2022, it has to come 10 years after 2012, which were the closing ceremonies. It should be 10 years, because there's one commandment for each year. So you have 2012 to 2022, and now you have to go check the date. December 12th, 2022. Why not the 21st? Because this time was the 21st, that time it's the 12th. Well, if you're a number 9 coming into this world, you back up 9 days. But if you're number 9 going out of this world, you go forward 9 days. So the 12 goes to 21. And now we're going to 222, is when the new secular angels are coming in. Okay, they're going to have a Messiah now, and it's going to start over. These secular angels will come in, and they'll restore everything on the earth for peace. We won't be actually knowing about it, yet there will be a conscience change. In 2023 is the year for creation. In 2024, the world was connected together with the animals. And in 2025, the passage. In 2026, earth. In 2027, we have our first man angel. The first man angel in 2027 under the new conscious mind of the Mayan. And I'm going to end it right here because every number changes something else. New doors open, other closes, and around we go. And we're a system that moves all the time, just like in the Matrix. Same thing, same thing. It's weirded out. It's not the same, but it is the same. And now, 18 minutes is more than enough. Oh, Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, I can do this forever. I'm all alone, you know. It's no fun to be alone. Should I tell you a lie? Do I enjoy this? By the bottom of my heart. Do I get up every morning to go to work? Of course, from the bottom of my heart. Do I do and try the best I can? Well, I do the best I can. Try as hard as I could. And what the result is, I accept, because I planned it all myself. It was only me who decided, because there's nobody else but me. And Rain Man, my brain, I call him Rain Man. He's got a big pillow in here. He's on the pillow all the time. That's why he said he's always sleeping. He's there when you are sleeping. He knows when you're awake. He knows you were good or bad. Oh God, for goodness sake. Hey, revitalize the Christmas spirit, because Jesus is coming to town. And guess what? He's riding on a red-nosed reindeer, because they've been drinking for 2,000 years ready for this day. They knew this day would come, and they're coming down, and Christmas is going to be a bang. So watch out who's banging on your door, because when the good comes to town, the evil are praying at the side of the road. They are praying at the side of the road that they can capture you. And they got you on the radar, and now they got you on film. So they had you in action in life. You were an action hero. Oh, the policemen are standing out there with those cameras. Yeah, look, another action hero. Go sign him up. How much does it cost to be an action hero? Well, for 2 points, it's probably about $144. You can be an action hero tomorrow. Just get in your car, look for a speed zone, a speed trap where they got a camera. You become the action hero. And if all they got is the radar, well, you're a cheetah and you're trying to cheat the speed, just like you're trying to cheat the society. So you're going to get caught on the radar anyways. So if it is radar, then it's a bunch of mash and hash, because I saw MASH, the program, WZ, Imperial 1,